I pledged out for Phi Alpha, and I'll be an alpha man until the day I die. I said, zoom, 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 my brother, I love my black and gold. I got the fever all in my body, the fever down in my soul, that alpha fever. Zoom, 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 my brother, I love my black and gold. Black and old gold.
Well, at the national level, it was founded December 4th, 1926. And it was essentially founded because there were not a fraternity formed by black men at the time. So at Cornell University, there were many different organizations and fraternities. However, they excluded black students. So the goal was to have like-minded African-American males in one organization, which, set them apart and, have some kind of bond and get to come together. And that was basically overall, we expanded over the course of years. Whether that be that, APCUs at Howard and then Virginia Union here at UNC. We were founded mainly, not necessarily the same situation, but nearly identical circumstances where they felt like there was not a place for because at the time there were graduate brothers who came, they were in grad school and they actually joined a fraternity at other schools. However, when they came here at UNC, they kind of learned there wasn't a chapter here. So they kind of wanted to find themselves going together to form a chapter here.
Gained a lot. I've gained pretty much a network for personal development. That's the biggest thing, I think. And that's meant a lot to me, I guess, coming from predominantly white school, high school, and then going to a predominantly white college. And I have an older brother, but we're 14 years apart. So having people, men around me that look like me, that have similar ideals or goals, to help me develop as a student, professional, and then personally has been pretty helpful.
I'll say since joining, me being an African American male in this country, I want to say before joining, I really didn't a lot of the things that people say, or other African Americans say that they struggled with just by being African American male. I really didn't necessarily experience that, or I rarely witnessed it. So it was hard for me to relate to some of those things. But since joining this chapter, I think that my outlook on me being an African American male has changed. I understand more about the issues that are faced with them, such as higher STD rates or them more higher imprisonment rates. So I feel I understand that and understand my role as African American male more.
Yeah, it helps you kind of understand your responsibility, right? Yeah. In that even though you may not be the one who's had this happen to you before, now you have a brother who did, and it makes you more aware of it and see that is not something that just happens on TV. How can we help to make sure that that's less of an issue here on campus? Or, for kids, for example, a lot of people in the black community are first generation college students or things like that. So how do we give them those resources and make them feel like they are have the tools to succeed?
Yeah, there's multiple layers because my organization is Phi Alpha, so we're founded. We're the first fraternity founded for the purpose of African American college men ever. So, that being said, the organization was found out of a cultural clash at Cornell. That was the purpose was to provide an outlet for African American men to voice concerns, but also advocate for the community. So to this day, it's still a cultural clash between groups, whether like racially, and also within like Greek life. The culture of National Panhellenic Council organizations is totally different. The Interfraternity Council and Greek Alliance Council, and vice versa.
Big thing, because like we understand like this is something we do for life. This is not just like a college commitment. Like even yesterday, one of our older brothers, he actually recently got engaged, and he graduated in 2017. Yet we still came and like congratulated and celebrated with him and some of his fraternity brothers who he initiated with as well. And then we all came together to join. Like that's just like the bond we share, not only as a chapter, but as people in the organization. To their brothers who were not like Mu Zeta, who were there too, to help celebrate with them as well. So that just shows like the brotherhood component. Yes, like it's very big while you're in school, but it's just as important years down the road. You still see
people. I would say like for me personally, one big person that I let's look up to as far as like within our fraternity, who's very prominent, Jesse Owens. Just for him to, you know, go out in the environment that he did and basically defy the world in the climate that he did it. I think that was something that was very impressive, and that's something that I like keep in mind like when I go through my days.
I love